Guys, power up. Today we're going to go with some live prospecting calls, diving back in on what some of the better communicators, what some of the better agents are doing to set more appointments with expired and for sale by owner calls. Today we're jumping back in with Mr. Bryan Casella out of California. Has a massive following on YouTube, and so this video is a couple years back, and so it's got tons of views. And let's see what Bryan's got. Let's jump right in.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. I'm calling about the house for sale. Is this the owner?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. Bang. He not only mirrored and matched his tonality, but he mirrored how he said hello. Man, I love that, and I'm always coaching and training on that whatever word choice they use, aside from the tonality, that's important. If they talk low, talk low. If they talk fast, talk fast. If they talk slow, talk slow. And he mirrored and matched that perfectly right off the bat. I think that's a huge thing to do when you're making phone calls because they can't see you. So how you match them and how you mirror them with tonality and word choice is a big deal. It's a little thing that not a lot of agents do.
Is this the realtor?
Yes, sir, it is. My name is Bryan. I work with Keller Williams. I was just giving you a quick call because I do work with a lot of buyers and sellers in your area. So I just wanted to find out what I can do to help you.
I love it how he's smiling, good tonality.
You're probably like, I swear, bro, you're probably like the fifth call that I've gotten today. But we've been talking to every agent, okay, and only if they have buyers. But other than that, we're not listing.
Understood. So it sounds like you guys are at least willing to cooperate with an agent. Is that right?
Awesome. He's keeping it positive. He's approving. I love his tonality. Hey, look at his facial expressions too. He's being sure to, he's smiling. That might just be his personality, but that's affecting his tonality and how he's coming off across the phone. Good stuff.
Yes. But like I said, only if you have a buyer. That's it.
Okay, great. Now, are you guys offering a commission to agents who do have buyers?
Yes. My wife and I are pretty bent on doing it ourselves, but if we were to do something like that, and if you did have a buyer, we would only pay 2%.
Okay, 2%. Got it. By the way, again, my name was Bryan. And yours?
My name is Robert.
Hey, Rob.
Okay, I love it. I think he's using an old Ferry script because he's going verbatim down the questions from that old Ferry script. And look, his tonality's still good. We're hearing objections that for sale by owners typically are giving when they're running right off the initial part of the beginning of a call. And so Bryan's keeping the tonality and the energy up.
Robert, so Robert, when the home sells for you guys, where are you moving to next?
I would like to relocate my business. Taxes out here in California are horrible.
Right, yeah, I hear you. When Uncle Sam comes knocking on my door, I'm not a happy camper either.
I love that. Great approval. Man, he counterpunches with approvals really well.
So ideally, how soon would you guys like to be in Tampa?
I would like to be out there within the next 2 or 3 months or so.
Okay, here's where we know this is probably a role play. This is a mock call, and that's okay. Hey, I've done that before myself too. I'm coming from contribution and putting calls out there because I want people to see better conversation. So that's completely fine. He asked him initially on the question before this question where he was moving to. The prospect didn't answer, and then Bryan asked him how much time to move to Tampa.
I want to make it in time for spring and summertime out over there.
Right, yeah, it's a beautiful time over there. What methods, I found you guys on Zillow. Robert, what methods are you guys using right now to market the property?
Zillow currently for sale by owner.com. What else do we got? We're using Trulia, and I think my wife put a few ads on Craigslist.
Oh, nice. Cool. So it sounds like you guys definitely have the internet side taken care of. Quick question.
Great, more great approvals. Could go a little bit deeper with that, but he's sticking right to script, and it's working. He's got a lot of pent up energy. Maybe if he put some of that energy into more response on repeating or approving at an even higher level, because he does it well, I think it could be even that more impactful. He's rolling though.
How long are you guys going to wait before you may consider using an agent like myself to help you with the sale of the property?
I love his confidence too. I mean, the dude's confident, so that's definitely coming across well in his tonality and his delivery. All more good stuff.
Well, I would like to get out there in about 3 months or so. But in 2 months, if we still haven't sold it, then I think probably about 2 months, then my wife and I might consider it.
Okay. Now, when that time comes, do you guys already have an agent in mind that you will use, or would you be open to exploring your options at that point?
Good question.
My cousin, who's an agent, he's over in the San Bernardino area. He has a license, so if my wife and I did anything, he would more than likely to keep it within the family, we would go with him.
Okay. So he's a family member, yet he is a little bit out of the area over in San Bernardino, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I love it. So sometimes people say they know an agent and they don't get clarity on that. This guy gave the clarity up front that the agent he knew was somebody in the family but not close by, somebody out of area. And Bryan doubles him down to make sure that there's understanding between them and that there's reiteration. He gets him to repeat it, that the guy's not in the area, and obviously with clarity comes power. And so if he's not in the area, then that's a disadvantage to the seller, and Bryan makes him repeat that. That was good.
Okay. Robert, if we could work together, right? Not only help you get the home sold sooner, but actually get you the money that you need to take with you to Tampa, would you consider interviewing us now?
I liked it. He said if we could work together, consider moving to Tampa. It was a pretty casual, non-confrontational pitch. His tonality was good too. So let's see how the guy responds.
Well, I mean, like I said, right now we're just gonna try it ourselves, just for the time being.
And that's what normally happens. You'll have to go around the mountain a couple times, so Bryan's gonna have to come back at him.
Okay, cool. So you guys want to try it yourselves. If there was marketing techniques and other methods that were more effective than just putting it on Zillow and Craigslist and some of those other websites, would you guys want to know about that?
Okay, I love that. That was a good question, but his approval was weak that time around. So when I'm getting to that point that I'm trying to squeeze a decision, I'm trying to move them in a certain direction, I'm trying to influence them to be able to go to the next step, then that's where that repeating and approving becomes essential to go even at a higher level, high appreciation and approval to get them to understand that I completely understand where they're at. I empathize with them at a high level, and putting that into words, man, that's where the masters come into play, is something I have to be really intentional about, and I think that would have helped him a little bit more there, because he asked a good question, but the approval was mediocre.
I'm pretty open to it. If I did do something like that, my wife and I, we make all the decisions together. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely have to talk with her.
See, this is, again, where the role play maybe falters a little bit, because he kind of says, well, I'm open to it, but before he really wasn't open to it, and that one simple question opened him up to it. Usually not the way it falls down. You're going to have to be a little bit more convincing and influential than that. But because this is a role play, this guy's going to throw another objection at him so that Bryan can tackle it and bring it down, which is great because we're going to be able to hear him do that. Let's jump in.
Okay. So at this point, Robert, it sounds like you would at least be open to maybe having at least a conversation with me about how we can help you. Is that right?
I'm open to it.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I mean, definitely doesn't happen that. I mean, it can happen that easily, but usually the question there has to be some link pin, something that changes the perception or mindset of the prospect for them to be able to just switch tracks like that. But I like, look, one little point there though. I liked how Bryan, he doubled down again and got confirmation. He's speaking with clarity and he's getting agreement. He's doing that really well.
I'm a little open to it, but the thing is, like I said, only if you have a buyer, though. Like I told you from the beginning.
Okay. Now, I can tell you right now, Robert, that I do work with a number of buyers. However, I can't guarantee you that my buyers are going to be the ones that pay you the most. Can I explain?
This should be interesting. I haven't heard this line before.
Yeah, go ahead. I'd like to know.
Sure. So, which way, first of all, Robert, do you think would be the best way to get you guys the most money in your pocket? Me or one agent bringing one or two buyers, or every single agent in the market today bringing you all their buyers?
I like it. Let's see what happens.
Can you just so I understand. I want to understand all the options.
Sure. I'll explain it again. Which method do you feel would be more effective in getting you not only more offers, but more money? Option A, which is an agent like myself or any other agent who calls you, brings you 1 or 2 buyers, or exposing your home to every single agent and buyer out there and having all of them come to see your house. Which one do you think would be more effective?
I mean, it sounds like option B.
Right. So if we...
I like the concept and the idea. Obviously, he's talking about putting the property on the MLS. He got a little clunky there explaining it. I think there could have been that could have been a little bit smoother, and if that was a little bit better rehearsed or recited, he could have rolled that out a lot more smoothly. But the concept's good.
If we were to get together for a few minutes, Robert, I'm going to explain to you in detail how we, working together, can help you get all of those people into your house.
We working together could get all of those people. I mean, his tenacity with energy and how suave he is, because look, he's confident, so that's coming across in his delivery, and that's making up for some of the deficiencies in the verbiage or the content that is could still have. There's room for improvement there, but his energy and his suave are making this roll.
Versus just one agent at a time. How does that sound?
I mean, it sounds pretty open. Like I said, my wife and I are pretty bad at doing it ourselves just because we really want to capitalize the most money for our house.
Right.
And like I told you before, we only want to pay 2%. So how much commission do you guys charge if we did list it?
All good role play objection handlers, so I'm glad Bryan's tackling these so that we can hear them from a different perspective. And I know Bryan and his team take lots of expired and for sale by owner listings in Southern Cal, so I'm sure he's getting these all the time. Let's hear how he tackles it. This one.
That's a great question.
If anything, like I said, 2%.
Right. That's a great question, Robert. Obviously, you know that in the state of California, commission is 100% negotiable, right?
Yes, I do know.
Cool. So if we were to get together and the numbers made sense, you netted what you want, and we could in fact help you get the home sold sooner rather than later, that is a result that you would like, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so when would you and your wife be available together, Robert, just for a 10 or 15 minute conversation to see if you guys qualify for us to help you? Are you guys normally available more on the weekends or on the weekdays?
Good response. A little technical, but I liked how he attacked the idea instead of the actual objection. Here's what I mean. Hey, look, this is about you getting the most money possible. I know those weren't the words he used, but this is about you putting the most money in your pocket. So he wavered that away from what was happening with isolating on the commission and the objection on the commission, and him getting painting it into a corner, and made it about this chunked up version about this is about putting the most money in your pocket. And so that was a great little deviation away from this guy trying to pin him in on commission, which, look, I don't want to handle objections over the phone. My job is to sell the appointment, because if you want to do something, then let's talk all about that at the appointment. That's exactly what Bryan did.
More on the weekdays or so. More on the weekdays.
Okay,
this guy's he's falling down now, and then Bryan's gonna tie it up. There might be another objection or two there, but hey, I wanted to jump in because Bryan's got so much influence and following on the internet with what he's doing with expired and FSBOs and real estate training, and they have a big event coming up in Dallas here where he's teaming up with Colton Lindsay, and so maybe I'll do a Colton Lindsay call soon. And so I wanted to get to some of these people that are performing at a higher level. They're putting themselves out there and contributing at a higher level. Thank you, Bryan, for the content that you put out there. And if you guys got referrals in Southern Cal, hit up the BC team in Southern Cal. But hey, stay tuned, because we're going to continue to jump in and find out what top producers, what top mentors and coaches are doing out there, and breaking apart these calls, because no one's doing that, to be able to look at the strategy and the skill set specifically where we go deep on some real sales talk. Hey guys, I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.